My name is Patricia Rogers. I'm Professor of Public Sector Evaluation at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm here with USAID, talking with them about evaluation questions. I guess my perspective is very pragmatic. I'm in evaluation because I actually want to make a difference. I'm not interested in doing evaluations just to get to the end. And I'm really aware of the fact that when we do evaluation, we're using up resources, people's time, effort and budget. And so an evaluation that's not useful is at the very least, it's an opportunity loss, an opportunity cost that we could have used that money for something else. But if we do a really bad evaluation, we can get the wrong answers and make bad decisions, or we can actually just get in the way of people doing a good job. So my perspective is really trying to make evaluation useful. Well, it really is focusing on use, on why you're doing this evaluation, who's going to use it, when do they need the information, how precise do you need to be, how broad do you have to be, are there contentious value issues that you need to address and make sure different voices are heard, and really focusing on use. Evaluation questions are really important. It's not just a matter of rolling out the DAC criteria and saying every evaluation has to look at all of these. I think it's really helpful to be clear about the different types of questions that might be embedded in a single evaluation question. So for example, if we're asking an evaluative question, was this a good program? We're often talking about it in terms of what would we mean by a good program, what would success look like in terms of how it's implemented, and what the results are achieved. We have to answer questions about description, what actually happened. We have to answer questions about causal inference, about was it the program that produced those? And so unpacking that and then having methods for each of those, that's, I think, the key to really answering the questions. I guess the real question to avoid is a question that you don't care about. If no one loves the question, you have to ask why you're asking it. And the other issue is really avoid unanswerable questions. Sometimes, our appetite for what we want to know is huge, and it usually is outside the resources that we have. So even within those, just really focus on doing a few things well enough for it to be useful. I think first of all, take some time on this. Get the right people in the room to have these discussions about the questions, workshop them, finesse them, prioritise, and learn from each other. Look at some good examples and see how they've really teased those out. That's in developing your scope of work, but also talk to your evaluators and really help them to understand the questions behind the questions that need to be answered.